I think the evolution of banks, especially neobanks in the last year, has shown that N26, Revolut, and all those players have done a great job when it comes to making some old school banking process much leaner and bringing a better customer experience to the market. And there's a big fight going on for adult banking, obviously, not just in the European market, but all over the world. But what we've seen lately, especially why we actually also founded Pockid, is that the young generation, the teenagers, which are, as mentioned, socialized in a totally digital way, are still suffering from old school banking solution, especially from the high street banks.
Hi, yes, great you could find the time to talk to me. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks so much, Martin, for having me.
Great. So we're obviously talking about Pockid today. Are there any news you would like to share with us?
There are some. Yeah, we are super happy to announce the 4 million seed funding round led by you guys, Cavalry Ventures, and also invested by Vorwerk Ventures. And yeah, we are super happy to now go with Pockid to the next level.
So needless to say, we are very excited about what you and the team are doing. Maybe let's take 2 steps back. Can you share with us what Pockid is and what Pockid is about?
Sure. So we are the first German neobank targeting the Generation Z, especially the 16 to 25-year-old, with a dedicated iOS and Android app with a virtual and physical debit MasterCard. And yeah, we're actually the first neobank targeting a digital socialized target group, socialized with in-game purchases, with subscription-based services, and obviously with e-commerce transactions. And we are super stunned by the latest figures and traction we received. And yeah, that's Pockid in a nutshell.
So yes, you mentioned you're building with Pockid a bank for Gen Zs. How are these users different, and why do they need another bank? We have plenty of neobanks, banking apps, traditional banks, and everything in between. So how does Pockid fit in, and how can you service your users better than anybody else?
Cool, awesome question. Let me start maybe a bit with the market and the evolution of banks. So the neobanks have done a great job in the last years, especially guys like N26, Revolut, and so on, making old school bank processes more lean and more digital, obviously, and bringing a better user experience to the market. But what we've seen lately, especially as you mentioned it with the Gen Zs, that we now have a generation in the market, and I'm not just speaking about German teenagers or Gen Zs and not just European Gen Zs, I'm speaking about all Gen Zs all over the world. They are socialized, as mentioned, with in-game purchases at Fortnite and FIFA, subscription-based services with Netflix and Spotify, and obviously e-commerce transaction. Nowadays also coming social commerce transactions to them. And we see here a clear different user behavior when it also comes to payments. And this is also what you can feel in our Pockid app. If you look at the Pockid app, we are not a standard banking app, as you maybe have seen it from other banks. We are much more focusing on quick transactions within your favorite games or hobbies. We are also a bit of educative, so explaining our users where they've spent money with some insights, and we want to enable them actually to integrate the payment solution, which is in the end just enabling into the things they actually like to do in a really smart and convenient way. And yeah, as mentioned in the beginning, super important to mention, it's not just the German teenagers. We see here the need all over Europe for us.
So yes, tell me, why is this the perfect time to be working on the opportunity that Pockid is working on?
Sure. So if we see current trends like the e-sharing economy, like obviously gaming, as mentioned already, and also gaming and e-commerce transaction, we see a huge demand of young Gen Zs to be able to pay online. We've done a survey beginning of this year with 1,000 German teenagers between 13 to 16-year-olds, and we figured out that actually 35% of those have already faked a PayPal account in order to be able to pay online. And this is also a super interesting fact, which we figured out in our first cohorts, that lots of microtransactions are happening with a small category of merchants in those mentioned trends like sharing economy, gaming, and e-commerce. And this is where we see a huge chance for Pockid right now to be able to offer a super secure payment solution in order to enable your digital hobbies.
So yes, obviously catering towards the Gen Z has its own challenges, as has opening an account for minors. How do you and the team make sure that, Pockid is not only the first bank account a person opens, but also the bank account they stick with through all their life?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Interesting. So first of all, an average German switches 1.2 times over lifetime the bank account. This is something which is a chance, but also a threat, because in the end, banking is becoming a commodity. And I think with Pockid, we already have a pretty competitive solution in the market. And we are now adding, obviously, the Pockid flavor, the Pockid character to our experience, which is helping the Gen Zs over time to even make better spendings in the things they actually want to do, and serve them so over time.
Great. So we at Cavalry are generally very, very excited about the idea that, people from a certain group, be it an age group, be it, a hobby or a vocation that people share, that these people have much more in common than all people living in a certain country or certain area. And I think Pockid is a great example for really, going towards that thesis and making sure that, in the future, everybody can have a bank account that suits their needs the best, such that, you can get the most value for your money effectively. So with all that being said, what is next for you and the team?
What is next? Oh, there are lots of things next. So firstly, we are obviously working on the product. Key focus, as mentioned earlier, Gen Zs are expecting different things from a banking app. So we have plenty of ideas around about social commerce features, around about gaming. And this is what we are now working on. Next is obviously expanding Pockid to new markets, something we are super keen on. And we already received lots of demands from other markets for our product. And in the end, it's all about the team. We are looking for key positions. We want to expand our team to become a European champion in the end.
Great, yes. So once more, thank you so much for your vote and confidence and partnering with Cavalry. And we are looking forward for many, many years of a fruitful partnership with Pockid.
Thanks so much, Martin. Have a great day.
Take care.
Yeah.